Hello and welcome to this session. Today, we will continue with essential English grammar. But that theory part is over. Today, we'll start with the exercises. Our learned participants will be solving some quizzes. Well, they are learned and no quiz appears to be difficult for them. Thus far, no quiz has been challenging enough to fix them. And I believe that is how things are going to be even in the future, because our brilliant participants solve every exercise with comprehensive ease and precision. So, before we start with the exercises, it shall be in the order of things if we say hello to these learned, brainy, genius participants of this live training program. And for those of you who are watching this YouTube series, well, you are also geniuses. By following this course, by showing the intent to improve your communication skills, you have already proved that you are a genius. Remember, genius is 99% hard work and 1% wisdom. If you are motivated enough, regardless of how proficient you are with an activity, that high magnitude of zeal to excel, to learn, to do new things, to innovate, to exercise and become better. All that hard work pays, all that smart work pays. And even if you are not too good with an activity, when you are starting out that activity, with your hard work and smart work and perseverance, you actually become an adept at that activity. And I'm sure that applies to spoken English communication as well. And why do I say I'm sure? Because I've seen students improving. All these years of training that I've imparted have actually taught me that even someone with very basal skills, fundamental skills alone, can become a great speaker if he or she is motivated enough and perseveres with the techniques that are not just time-tested, but are also a lot of fun. I hope they are fun for our live participants. But I must tell you this, that regardless of how you find them, sometimes they may get very nagging. Sometimes they become very difficult because you must be having busy schedules, and accommodating them within those schedules becomes very difficult. No matter what kind of work you do and what kind of English do you wish to speak, probably you wish to add fervor to your English, you want to add speed. Maybe you want to take your fluency to a different level altogether, or maybe you just want working fluency. No matter what, these techniques will work for you. So, if you wish to improve, there's no other way. You have to accommodate these primal techniques in your daily routine. And remember, people keep asking me. Sometimes, when I go to attend public meetings and I'm in my training seminars, often I hear participants say, hey, Biswajit, if we could get your kind of English, we would probably be willing to spend a fortune. And I tell them, you don't have to spend a dime. You already are very good speakers. All you have to do is to practice. That's all you have to do. If you practice these three methods and do a bit of grammar if you want to. If you don't want to do that grammar part, well, even that's acceptable. If you are willing to invest time in these three exercises, you will be pro speaker one day for sure. That's what I tell all my friends, all my colleagues, and all those learners who attend my seminars. So, who come to attend my seminars, who are interested in improving their English. Some of them are very serious. Some of them are enthusiasts, but they don't have enough perseverance to go on with the techniques. Initially, it becomes quite a challenge. What happens is when you start out with an activity, when you start out with a training program, there is this initial enthusiasm that pushes you forward. But when you see the grind involved, when you see the hard work involved, you actually step backwards. that is the time when you have to tell yourself the cause for which you actually started out the training program. If you do not forget the cause and you imagine what the end result is going to be if you follow that training program, which is kind of giving you some hiccups, some difficulties in the initial period of practice, you actually end up finishing that program. Perseverance is the key, my friend. So let's say hello to our participants now. Here we go. All right, Sanjay, good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Oh, on the top of the world, flying in all the infinite skies. The sky is actually space. So flying in the space, watching every galaxy, running through every constellation, and speeding up and slowly becoming faster than light, because my happiness, my state of being, my blissfulness are all responsible for this brilliant cosmic movement of mine through the space. And I have never been better before. How are you, Sanjay?
Sam, also, I've never been better before.
Little more, with some more energy. And today you'll have to tell me the cause for this happiness that you have. Why have you never been better before?
Because I'm at the top of the world.
Because I couldn't get it there. What did you say?
I'm also top of the world.
Speak with greater clarity, Sanjay. What did you just say? Say it again, say it loud, and say it slowly. Don't rush through with the words. What did you say?
Yes,
Take
I'm
the
audible.
microphone closer to your mouth.
Fine, sir.
Now say,
Okay. Yes, sir.
why have you never been better before, my dear?
Actually, I'm also top of the world. I'm very happy with implement.
Well, I guess you just said that you are implementing your plans well. If that
Yes,
is
sir.
what you said, well, that's definitely a cause for happiness. So well done, Sanjay. Keep doing the hard work, keep doing the smart work, and you will be pretty soon accomplishing the level of fluency that you want, right? That you have always aspired for. All right, moving on. Good evening, Nitesh.
Good evening, sir. How are you, sir?
Oh, fantastic, fantabulous,
Mm.
victorious. I am the vanquisher of all the ills that have been plaguing me thus far. Right? I am young and handsome, kind hearted, extremely sensitive to the needs of the people around me, and I ensure that everybody is happy. And all that makes me happy as well because I'm vibrant. Because I am, no, I stop short of saying I am what? Divinity? No, I'll not say that. Okay. But I've never been better before. Okay. All right. How are you, Nitesh?
I am ecstatic. I am very joyful today, very happy because today is Friday night and I am much happier, most happy this week today.
Good. Good to see that. And what are the weekend plans?
Uh, I haven't planned yet, but we'll do something to just relax and get away all this um tiresome work of this whole week, and we'll do something to enjoy, do something to actually relax and learn something new. Let's see what happens, how it goes.
Okay, good. Good to know your plans. And I do understand that weekend is a very important time of the week, right? After all that hard work that you put in during the working days, this is a well-deserved break. All right. Thank you, Nitesh. Thank you for
Thank
finding
you so
time
much.
out and joining us. Okay, Manisha, good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'll say what Nitesh said. Ecstatic, brilliant, glorious, superb, supernal, supreme. And I have never been better before. How are you?
I'm also fantastic and I have never been better before.
All right. Maybe with some more energy. You said it well, but with some more energy.
Okay. I have never been better before.
Okay, I grant that to you. Okay. And you should get better and better, no matter what. Okay? All right. Vamsi, good evening.
Good evening, my mentor.
How are you?
I am jubilant and I have never been better before. How are you?
I'm jubilant too. And like you, I also have never been better before. Right? Riding on the waves of success, one after the other. Successes just keep coming to me. And all these weaknesses that I had have just vanished into thin air. They have evaporated out of my system. And all I have is goodness and positivity and the urge to be victorious. Thank you so much, Vamsi, for finding time out. Okay.
Thank
Before you start inferring that you are listening to a megalomaniac, I probably should stop saying all that, right, and move on. But I tell you all seriously, these are things that are not the signs of becoming a megalomaniac. These are signs of positivity. If you say that I have never been better before, this actually has a very deep impact on your mind, and you emerge with the kind of mindset that you need to succeed, right? You may be not in a very happy state. Let me get this clear. Why do I keep telling Pallavi? Although I'm not giving the full reason today, but you certainly do understand why I ask you to say all this. When you exude such positivity, it has an effect on the mind, consequently on the body as well, right? And even if you are not in the most comfortable of states, even if you are not in the best of mindsets, such words make you feel better. Even imagining that you are better makes you better. Imagining that you are practicing a craft makes you better. There have been so many experimentations in the world. For example, 2 basketball teams were kept off practice. One was just asked to relax and the other was asked to imagine that they're doing their daily practice and probably doing more than the daily practice, only imagining. Now, the form or the competence of the team that just ate and relaxed was not as good as that of the team which imagined that it was practicing regularly. In fact, the team members the members of the team who were just imagining that they were practicing hard did pretty well in the competition. It appeared as though they had taken no break, right? So thinking positive always helps. All right, going forward. Lekha, good evening. Can't hear you, Lekha. Can you just check if the microphone is plugged in?
Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you.
I'm good. How are you? I'm good. I'm very good. How are you?
I'm also very good. If you are very good, then I'm very good. If you are choosing to be better, I'll be better.
I am the most happiest person of the world, and I am the most satisfied person of the world, and I am uh, satisfied enough to think I am living the fullest of my life, and I have never been better before.
Wonderful. So you are at the summit of contentment, so am I. You are at the summit of happiness, so am I. And you are at the summit of your glory, so am I. Right? But keep crossing the summit. Build a new summit for yourself every day. Right? Do that, Lekha. And you are doing it. You are doing it. Such a brilliant girl. Welcome aboard. I mean, you have been so regular and so very dedicated that I don't have the words to praise you for that. You've been doing things with such regularity, not missing practice, attending classes regularly, and the results are there for everyone to see. Well done, Lekha. Well done, and thank you so much for joining us again, for finding time out again to join us. Right.
Thank you,
Moving
sir.
on. Thank you, dear. Well, moving forward, Kirti, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
How are you?
Sir, I have never been better before. And
Okay.
how are you, sir?
I have never been better before. Can you say it with a little more energy? Spread your
I have never been better before.
spread your arms like this and say, I've never been better before. Say it like that.
I have never been better before.
Wonderful. Now I can also say I've never been better before. See? With arms spread
I
like a
have
child.
never been better before.
Good. All right. Welcome again, Kirti. You are doing very well. Fantastic performances.
Yes.
Okay? All right. Thank you so much for finding time out again today to join the class. Okay, Pallavi, good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Glorious. On the top of the world. Luminous with the light of divinity. And glorious with the shine of the pinnacle of beatitude. Holding the lantern of success. Walking the road of opulence. And I have never been better before. How are you?
Yes, sir. I'm also very good and I have never been better before.
You are either very good or you have never been better before. Which one? Choose.
No, sir. I have never been better before.
You have never been better before or you have never been better before. Which one?
I have never been better before.
Little more.
I have never been better before.
Okay, I grant that to you. You are improving, but by the time you kind of spread your arms and say, I have never been better before, that's still a little way away, right? I know that it might hurt your ears when I shout, but I'll do it still. Okay, all right. Okay.
Makes me happy, sir, when you say this.
And it makes me happy too when you say that, right? Okay. Thank you, Pallavi, for finding time again and joining us. Moving on. You have muted yours. Yeah, okay, fine, no problem. Moving on. Mohit, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
How are
How
you?
are you?
Okay, we have spoken together. Let me say it first. I'm fantabulous. Fantastic. Riding the wave of contentment. I am on the top of the world, enjoying every kind of glory, living through victories. And I have vanquished all the ills that had plagued me. And I have never been better before. How are you?
Sir, I'm fine. I'm also very happy today, and I have never been better before.
Good. And why have you never been better before?
Sir, because I am healthy and I'm fit.
Okay, enjoying health.
Yes, sir.
And what else?
And sir, work in office.
Work in office is making you happy. That's a good thing, right? If you're finding interest in the work, it's good for everyone, right? And yes, I'll talk about during this training program, if I get time. If I forget you, please, any of you can remind me. I will tell you how to make an apparently dull work interesting. There are ways to generate interest. Of course, I've told you about what the great sages of our great country say. But then there are ways to practice it. How do you put those ideas into operation so that they can work for you in the practical sense? If you want to know how that is done, I'm always here to help you out, right? Thank you, Mohit, for joining us. You have been off for a few days, I believe. You kept busy, right?
Yes, sir. I was outside
Okay.
at my hometown.
Okay, you are in your hometown. All right.
Yes.
Welcome back, Mohit. And thank you for joining us.
Thank you, sir.
Right. Okay. Isha, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
I don't see you.
Okay, sir.
There you
Hello,
are. The
sir.
beaming smile. Hello.
Hello, sir.
How are you, Isha?
I am good, fantastic, fabulous, on the top of world, and I have never been better before.
Wonderful, wonderful, good, good. So now you have learned that till you say it the correct way, I'll pester you to the limits, right? So now you
Yes,
have,
sir.
in order to avoid all that, you know how to straight away cut out all that torture by saying it the way it should be said. Well done, Isha. Right? Be happy like this always in your life. Shine and spread your light to one and all. Right? Thank you so much for joining us
Thank,
again, Isha.
thank you, sir, and sorry for not yesterday joining.
Can understand. I mean, you usually join. Yesterday there must have been some reason, and I do understand that yesterday was the day that followed the festivities. So probably you must have been tired, or there were people who were
Yeah,
still in the
sir, because
festival
I
mode.
was not at home, I was outside, so unable to attend the call.
Quite understand, Isha. Quite understand. No problem. All right. Okay. Seema, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
How are you?
I am very good, sir. I have never been better before.
You are very good, or you have never been better before?
Sir, I have never been better before.
Seema, you are so happy that your happiness is manifesting in the shape of another Seema behind you. I'm sure it's not a doppelganger. We have another Seema behind you. So tell us the secret.
Mistakenly, actually, sir, mistakenly it
You have
posted
taken
on
that
that.
background. Have you
Actually,
taken that background?
mistakenly, and I am unable to remove it. I
That
have tried, but
why should you remove it? There you are. I've given you full screen. I've given you full screen now. The world is
no,
getting
sir.
to see you, right? And see, you are smiling and you are looking so good and bright. Although I know you're returned from a hard day's work, and you're still joining us. Thank you so much for all the dedication and devotion and hard work that you're putting in. Well done, Seema. Right? You have
Thank you, sir.
really shown the way to many of the people who would be joining this training program subsequently. Right? I'll be taking this. I'll be doing this not just for the live participants who join me online. I'll be taking it to all kinds of places, to the supposed downtrodden, to those who don't have access to even the basic requirements, the basic necessities. I'm going to take this program to them, right? With that said, let's do the exercises. Here we go. All right, friends. Starting out with the exercises on action verbs. What are action verbs? I explained it when I was explaining theory. Action verbs are those verbs which depict action, which are done in the physical plane or in the mental plane. It could be a physical activity or a mental activity, doesn't matter. But it will be reckoned as an action verb. Any expression, any word that conveys some mental activity or some physical activity will be reckoned as action verbs. For example, he ran a marathon. Ran is an action word. She was thinking of Lord Krishna. Thinking is a mental activity. It is again an action verb. I think that much is enough for you to understand what action verbs are, although we had a more detailed discussion in the last session. For those of you who missed it, kindly check the YouTube video and you will know what we did. All right, moving on. All right, all you have to do is to identify the action verb. And I have actually given you a huge hint, right? Probably you don't have to work very hard to know which one is the action verb. Okay, we start with Nitesh. Nitesh, the dog barked loudly at the mailman. Which is the action verb?
Barked is the action verb.
Sorry about that, but you're spot on, my dear. Yes, barked is the action verb. You just have to give me the word. Don't have to repeat the sentence, all of you. All right, Vamsi. She danced gracefully on the stage.
Danced.
Wonderful. Well done. Sanjay, they built a sand castle on the beach.
Built.
Built is correct, Sanjay. Well done. Lekha, he writes poetry in his free time.
Right.
Well done. Correct. Pallavi, the children played soccer in the park.
Played.
Wonderful. Well done. Okay, Kirti, she solved the puzzle quickly.
Solved is the answer.
Correct. Solved is the answer indeed. Isha, the chef prepared a delicious meal.
Hello.
Yes. Identify the word. Identify the action verb.
Sir, which question? Because my net was
All right. Question
little
number
bit
7.
bad.
Question number 7. The chef prepared a delicious meal.
Prepared.
Correct. Prepared is correct. Well done, Isha. Manisha, he climbed to the top of the mountain.
Climbed.
Climbed. It is the correct answer. Don't say climbed. The pronunciation is climbed. Climbed. B is silent. You don't climb a ladder. You don't climb a ladder. You climb a ladder, right? The B is silent. All right. Okay. But well done, Manisha. Correctly answered. Seema, the students studied for the exam all night.
Sir, studied.
Well done, Seema. Well done. Mohit, the birds chirped in the morning. Can you say it again, my dear? I couldn't hear you. Chirped is the answer, correct. I think there is some issue with your internet. Try and fix it if you can. Otherwise, continue like this. All right. These are the solutions. Moving ahead. Now be creative. You have to come up with a verb that you find that you think is appropriate in the blank. That will appropriately fit the blank. Now, the verb can be any verb. It can be any action verb. It can be eating, laughing. It can be eat, laugh, laughed, eat, whatever, or ran, or climbed, or rafted, whatever. Okay, it could be cooked. Any action verb that you think is correct, that can fit into the blank, will be a correct answer. So there are no absolute correct answers over here. All right, so you have to be imaginative. Find your own action verb. Nitesh, the students dash their hands to answer the question. But yes, while being creative, make sure that you don't come up with an answer that does not fit the context. You must be intelligent enough to ensure that the verb is correct and you're using the correct form of the verb. At the same time, it must be correct from the contextual perspective as well. Okay, it must not run contrary to the context of the question. Yes, Nitesh, I'm reading it again for you. Sorry. The students dash their hands to answer the question.
The students raised their hands to answer the question.
I can be a Dumbo at times, right? I gave you, quite unconsciously, I gave you the hint, but you would have found the answer anyway. Well done. The students raised their hands to answer the question. Well done. Vamsi, the sun dash brightly in the sky.
Shines brightly in the sky.
The sun shines brightly in the sky. The sun, you can also say, was shining brightly in the sky, or the sun shone brightly in the sky. Anything will do. Well done. Okay, Sanjay, she dash her bicycle to the park every day.
She regularly her bicycle to the park every day.
What did you say, dear? She? Say it again. Sajid, there's something wrong with your microphone, I believe, because I can't hear you properly. Say it again. What did you say?
She regularly her bicycle to the park every day.
I'm sorry, my dear. I can't hear you properly. Maybe there's something that you need to fix at your end. I'll give the answer. The answer is rides her bicycle to the park every day. She rides her bicycle to the park every day. Please make sure that you don't say she drives her bicycle. Nobody drives a bicycle. In fact, if you are a classicist, you don't even drive a bike. You always ride a bike. You ride a bicycle. You drive a car. You drive a truck. You drive a bus. Okay? And you fly a plane. You don't drive a plane. Okay? All right. Moving on. Lekha. The baby dash with delight when she saw the colorful toy.
The baby was smiling with delight when she saw the colorful toy.
Try it again, my dear. See what tense has been used in the sentence, what state of time has been used, and try again. The answer is correct. The correct form of the verb has to be used.
The baby smiled with delight when
Perfect.
she saw.
Well done, well done. The baby smiled with delight when she saw the colorful toy. Well done, Lekha. Pallavi, they dash a delicious cake for the birthday party. Pallavi, unmute yourself, please. Pallavi, are you with us? It seems she has some internet issues. Okay, I'll move forward. Pallavi, can you hear me?
Hello, yes, sir. Actually, there was net problem.
There was network problem. I could sense it. Okay. So they dash a delicious cake for the birthday party.
They baked a delicious cake for the birthday party.
Fantastic. Lovely answer. Brilliant answer. Spot on. They baked a delicious cake for the birthday party. If you say they made a delicious cake, acceptable. They prepared a delicious cake, acceptable again. But they baked a delicious cake for the birthday party. Supernal. Superb. Great. All right. Moving on. Kirti. The firefighters dash to the scene of the fire quickly.
The firefighters arrived to the scene of the fire quickly.
Kirti, arrived will not be completely appropriate, although for
The firefighters reached to the scene of the fire quickly.
Kirti, you never hear me out. Please hear me out. You never reach to a scene. You reach a scene. You never arrive to a scene. You either arrive at a scene, right? So there are certain things about prepositions that we'll be doing eventually. You don't go to home. You go home, right? And you don't go school. You go to school. So there are certain peculiarities about prepositions that we'll take up when we discuss prepositions. Right now, I think you can come up with the correct answer. Try again.
The firefighters went to the scene of the fire quickly.
That's the correct answer. The firefighters went to the scene of the fire quickly. And probably you would be contextually even better if you say the firefighters rushed to the scene of the fire quickly. Although, quickly is a word which is already suggesting that they are rushing. And if you say rushed, some classicists may say, hey, you are making the sentence sound superfluous. Well, that way went is also correct. Okay, both answers will do. Thank you. And well done. All right, moving on now. Manisha. He dash his guitar during the music class.
He plays his guitar during the music class.
He plays his guitar during the music class is correct. He played his guitar during the music class is also correct. Even in other sentences, such alternatives are available. And he was playing his guitar during the music class will also do. In fact, if you are if you want to speak English that uses rather complicated words or words that normally people don't use, you can also use the expression strum, S-T-R-U-M, strum, strummed the guitar. He strummed his guitar during the music class, right? So not required. You don't have to use these expressions all the time. So he played his guitar during the music class will do. All right, moving on. Seema, the artist dash a beautiful painting on the canvas.
So the artist made a beautiful painting on the canvas.
Spot on. The artist made a beautiful painting on the canvas. The artist drew a beautiful painting on the canvas. Both will do. All right. Moving on. Isha, we dash a new recipe for dinner tonight.
We learned a new recipe for dinner tonight.
We learned a new decide. Isha, make yourself visible, please. Isha, bad internet, bad internet.
Sorry, sir. Okay, dinner tonight, or we make a new recipe for dinner tonight. I think both can do.
Make will not be contextually correct, I believe, but we made a new recipe for the dinner tonight will be fine. We learned a new recipe for the dinner tonight will do. We prepared a new recipe for the dinner tonight will also be fine. Okay. So what you're saying is okay. What you're saying is correct. Well done. Mohit, the wind dashed through the trees, creating a soothing sound.
The wind is blowing through the trees, creating a soothing sound.
The wind is going through the trees, creating a soothing sound is correct.
No.
Yes,
What?
sir.
Can't hear you, dear. Can you just...
The wind is flowing.
The wind is flowing through the trees, creating a soothing sound is good. The wind flew through the trees, creating a soothing sound is also good, but probably you can make it more poetic by saying the wind whispers through the trees, creating a soothing sound. Even that is okay. What you're saying is fine. Okay? Yes. What you're saying is just fine. All right. Now rewrite each sentence, replacing the underlined word with an action verb. Can you all see the presentation? Somebody say yes.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Good. Okay. Now, the cat is resting on the windowsill. What is the windowsill, by the way? Windowsill is that space usually made of wood, just ahead of the base of the window. You might have seen it in so many windows. These days, you know, the construction companies have kind of economized the entire construction process. So you may not see a very broad windowsill, but in the olden days, they used to have very prominent and large windowsills. People used to sometimes sit on windowsills and talk and chat, right? If you go to those old houses of Banaras, I'm so fond of Banaras, I tell you. If you go to those old houses of Banaras, you will see such large windowsills. And sometimes, you know, I, with my brothers and sisters, would sit over there. All we cousins would sit together, eating parathas and chatting on the windowsill. Just imagine how large a windowsill it might have been. Okay, so moving on. Banaras brings those childhood memories to mind. I've never stayed in Banaras for long, but I used to keep visiting. All right. And I've been visiting Prayagraj also quite often. By the way, Prayagraj, I have to go again. I mean, once more, somebody, you know, some wonderful girl, can't recall what her name is. She has invited all of us to some housewarming party and beyond. Okay, that whenever that happens, that will happen. Okay. So be ready to move to Prayagraj very soon. All right, moving on. Okay, so the cat is resting on the windowsill. Instead of saying the cat is resting on the windowsill, I can say the cat is sleeping on the windowsill. The cat is perching on the windowsill. The cat is sitting on the windowsill. The cat is standing on the windowsill. The cat is eating on the windowsill. Anything you like. Sorry again. Okay. Nitesh, I'll start with the question number 1 again. I mean, I solved it, but you can solve it in your own way. The cat is resting on the windowsill. Go ahead. Change the action verb. Don't change the tense. Anything, anything. Even the ones that are used.
The cat is sitting on the windowsill.
The cat is sitting on the windowsill is spot on. Well done. Vamsi, she is thinking about her future plans.
She is imagining about her future plans. She is envisioning her future plans.
Imagining and envisioning both will be correct in the colloquial sense, but envisioning and imagine give a different kind of a contextual import. So can you come up with something better?
She's talking about her future plans.
Talking about her future plans is also good. You can say she's pondering over her future plans, or she is cogitating over her future plans. Anything. And she is contemplating her future plans. Right? All these answers will do.
Yeah.
Accordingly, the verb form will have to be changed. Verb form and the preposition also will have to be changed. Okay, Sanjay.
Yes, sir.
Sanjay, the flowers are smelling lovely.
These flowers.
1 second, before you answer this question, Vamsi, coming back to you, thinking need not be replaced with a verb that has the same meaning. You can just say she's writing about her future plans. Even that will do. Okay.
Got it.
So, in fact, you gave the correct answer in between. I was the one who suddenly, for whatever funny reasons, got misled into thinking, I don't know why, after framing the questions, I shouldn't have been misled. But for whatever strange reasons, probably some influence of an alien, I don't know, I suddenly imagined, oh, the same word might have to be given a different verb, or the same meaning word will have to be used. And by the way, that alien is not wearing blue today. Okay? Because I'm wearing blue, Nitesh is wearing blue. None of us happens to be the alien. Somebody else. I'll tell you at the end of the class who's the alien. Okay? All right. Right. So, the flowers are smelling lovely. You can use any action verb, my dear. Not necessarily an action verb that means smelling. Any action verb will do.
These flowers are inhale or scent. Lovely.
The flowers are looking lovely. Well done, Sanjay. Well done. The flowers are looking lovely. But please fix your mic. It's causing a lot of disturbance to you and to everybody else because the voice is very shaky, very wobbly. All right. Okay. Kirti. They are feeling excited about the upcoming trip.
So they are becoming excited about the upcoming trip.
They are becoming excited about the upcoming trip is also fine. Can you come up with some? It's correct. Absolutely correct. Can you come up with something more? Something other than that?
They are looking excited
Fantastico. They are looking excited about the upcoming trip. Well done,
about
Kirti.
them.
Okay. Manisha. He is walking to the park to meet his friends.
He is driving to the park to meet his friends.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Spot on. Effortless answer. Okay, genius. No problem. I know you're a great girl. Good. Okay, Lekha. I'm saying that out of happiness, Manisha. I'm not saying that out of jealousy. I'm not thinking, oh my goodness, this question has been answered so easily by this girl. How dare she? That is not the import. The import is, wow, what a wonderful, great, intelligent girl. How sweetly and effortlessly she answers every question. Well done, Manisha. Well done.
Thank
Okay.
you.
You're most welcome. Okay, Lekha. The rain is pouring heavily outside.
The rain is raining heavily outside.
The rain is raining heavily outside is correct, but can you come up with something better? Something that is more colloquially acceptable?
I don't I'm
Try,
not
try.
recalling.
You try. I'm sure you know it. You know it inside out. I said 10:10, it'll go up to 10:25. I'm sorry. All because of the starting time. You know, it start early. Yes, Lekha, go ahead.
I can't remember.
Lekha, try it. Don't give up. You know it. You have given the correct answer. You have given the correct answer, but
Maybe it is raining heavily outside.
it is raining heavily outside. I'll grant it to you. You are correct. But you can simply say the rain is falling heavily outside. Right? You can come up with other expressions also, like the rain is showering cats and dogs outside. Anything. Okay. But your answer is correct. I'm not disputing that at all. Pallavi, the fire is burning brightly in the fire. By the way, again, you do not have to use the same meaning verb. Verb having the same meaning. You can change the verb altogether. Please keep that in mind. Let's not fall into this trap again and again. The participants, the learned participants are falling into the trap. And with that, the teacher is also falling into the trap. Okay. All right. For example, you can say the rain is pouring heavily outside. You can also say the rain is appearing to be pouring heavily outside. Something like that. Anything that comes to your mind. All right. Pallavi, the fire is burning brightly in the fireplace.
Burning brightly. The fire is blazing brightly in the fireplace.
Will do. It is
Blazing
glazing.
brightly.
Yes, you're right. You can also say the fire is crackling.
The fire is gleaming.
Gleaming will not be correct. Gleam means a kind of a beatific light. That probably will not fit the context, but you can also say the fire is crackling the firewood in the fireplace. Something like that. Be imaginative. Just change it. All right. Seema, the children are laughing at the funny movie.
So the children are screaming at the funny
Oh,
movie.
yes, correct. The children are screaming at the funny movie. The children are enjoying the funny movie. Correct. Well done, Seema. Mohit, the river is flowing gently through the valley.
The river is going gently through the valley.
Hmm?
The river is going gently through the valley.
Going probably is not correct because going usually go and going and went we usually use with animates, with the living beings. But the river is moving gently through the valley is fine. Even better will be the river is coursing gently through the valley. Coursing, coursing, coursing. Okay, but well done, Mohit. Because the import of what you're saying is exactly the import that probably fits the context. Okay, Isha, the athletes are running in the marathon.
The athletes are participating in the marathon.
Oh, fantastic. A knowledge personified will not miss it, will she? Oh, my goodness. Are you knowledge personified? Are you
Maybe,
not?
sir.
Maybe. Say, yes, I am knowledge personified. Come on. All right.
Yes, I am knowledgeable person.
Good. The athletes are running in the marathon is spot on. Okay. See? There. Now again, fill in the blanks with action verbs, anything you want. By the way, it's for Nitesh. The baby dash in the crib. What is a crib, by the way? A crib is a baby's bed which is surrounded by those bars from all sides so that the baby does not roll over and falls down on the floor. And the baby, I'm using this opportunity to tell you that there are two kinds of baby things that are often in use. One is, of course, the crib on which the baby sleeps, rests, whatever. And another is the pram, the baby vehicle, which you push from behind, right? And the baby kind of enjoys the scenario around him and enjoys all the movements. So pram is the baby vehicle And the crib is the baby bed. Okay. The baby dash in the crib. Nitesh, go ahead.
The baby is sleeping in the crib.
The baby is sleeping in the crib. Spot on. Or the baby sleeps in the crib. Perfect. All right. Vamsi, the chef is dash a new recipe for the menu.
The chef is preparing a new recipe for the menu.
Fantastic. Well done. Spot on. Sanjay, the students are dash to their teacher's instructions.
Students.
What are you people doing now? When I talk to you, when I explain something to you, what do you people do? You speak, or you listen, or you laugh, or you dramatize, or you dance, or you sing. What do you do when I talk to you? You speak, or you listen, or you dance, or you sing, or you play a disco tune. What do you do when I talk to you? When I give you my...
The students are listen to their teachers.
The students are... What should be
Listen to their teachers.
Listen is not going to be the right correct verb form, my dear. The students are listening to their teacher's instructions. Listening to the teacher's instructions. Well done. Kirti, she is dash her cat on a leash for a walk. What is the meaning of a leash? Leash means a kind of a string, or what do you call, a slender rope, which is used usually around the pet, in such a manner that the pet doesn't get hurt. Some people put it around the neck. They should never do it. I really feel so bad about the people who are supposed dog lovers, and then they don't even know how to put the leash around the dog. It has to be placed in a way so that the dog's neck does not get hurt. And these so-called dog lovers, or pet lovers, or animal lovers, they put the leash incorrectly around the dog's neck, and they pull the dog very often. It is so painful to see such owners, exercising their great wisdom. Anyway, all right. So, Kirti, she is dash her cat on a leash for a walk.
She is taking her cat on a leash for a walk.
She is taking her cat on a leash for a walk is correct. You can also say she is walking her cat on a leash for a walk. Okay. Because these days, English has evolved. If I say I'm walking Vamsi home, that means I am going with Vamsi up to his residence, up to his place, probably to see him off. Earlier, such English was not used. But these days, I'm walking him to the workplace. I'm walking Sonia to her cycle. These expressions, these usages are very common. So she is walking her cat on a leash for a walk. For a walk probably is redundant, shouldn't have been there. It's superfluous, not required in the sentence. Okay, Manisha.
That's why, sir, I
You gave the correct
don't
answer.
use
You gave the correct.
walking.
Yes, my dear, I know you gave the correct answer. Don't worry. What you said was correct. All right. Manisha, the athletes are dash for the upcoming championship.
The athletes are trying hard for the upcoming championship.
The athletes are trying hard for the upcoming championship will be correct. You can also say the athletes are preparing for the upcoming championship will also be correct. You can also say the athletes are training for the upcoming championship. Anything. Right. All right. Lekha, they are dash their bikes through the forest. By the way, sometimes some repetitions are important. Right. Yes. Lekha, they are dash their bikes through the forest.
They are riding their bikes through the forest.
Spot on, my dear. Spot on. I'm so glad that you got it. Right. Because remembering the stuff that I tell you in the class is crucial to improving your English, along with the practice that you do. You don't drive a bike. You do not drive a cycle. You do not drive a plane. You fly a plane. You ride a bike. You ride a bicycle. Likewise, you don't ride a car. You drive a car. You don't ride a jeep. You drive a jeep. That's how we have to speak English. You may call it funny. Well, funny usages, funny expressions are there in all languages. Funny reasons, funny grammar is a part of every language. Okay. All right. So they are riding their bikes through the forest is correct. Pallavi, the mechanic is dash the car's engine.
The mechanic is repairing the car's engine.
Spot on. The mechanic is repairing the car's engine, or the mechanic is mending the car's engine. Both will do. All right, Seema, he dashed the ball across the field.
Sir, he is playing with the ball across the field.
Seema, say it again.
He is playing with the ball across the field.
He is playing with the ball across the field is correct, but probably still better will be
He plays with the ball
he struck
across
the
the
yeah, he kicked the ball across the field, or he kicks the ball across the field, or he
Yes.
threw the ball across the field. Sounds better. Otherwise, what you're saying is correct. I take it, I grant it to you. Well done. Okay. Mohit, the waves are dash against the shore. The
The
typical
waves
word.
are flowing against the shore.
Waves are flowing against the shore.
The waves are
Probably
falling
the
against.
waves are falling against the shore is also not uh, conveying the sense. The sense is conveyed by a sentence that we use very often. We often say the waves are crashing against the shore. So that is what you should be using over here. The waves are crashing against the shore, because the waves come and they crash against the coastline. Okay? All right. Thank you, Mohit. Thank you. Well done. Isha, the kids are dash with excitement at the circus.
The kids are jumping with excitement at the
Wow.
circus.
When can I ever fix this girl with a problem? She's always correct. Okay, the kids are jumping with excitement at the circus is spot on. Well done, Isha. Well done. Okay. Okay, so that brings us to the end of these exercises. Great going. Practice. Yes, practice. Yes, indeed, practice. Yes, you must practice. Practice. That is the message. Okay, just don't read it as practice. Yes, practice. Yes, indeed, practice. Yes, you must practice. Practice. That is not what I'm saying. Isha, now tell me, read from practice to practice. Read it out for me. Go ahead, Isha.
Great going, practice. Yes, practice. Yes, indeed, practice. Yes, you must practice. Practice and again practice from my side.
Say it once more with energy.
Great going, practice. Yes, practice. Yes, indeed, practice. Yes, you must practice. Practice, practice, and practice again practice.
All right,
Practice
this
make a man and woman both perfect.
well done. I'll give it to you. I'll grant it to you. Okay. All right. All right. Well done. Okay, Sanjay. Roll your sleeves up. Sanjay, your turn has
Yes, sir.
come. Turn has come. Turn has come, my dear. Do a good job. 10:30. The time will keep extending, and don't fail me today. The weekend is approaching, so I expect you to stay with me. All right. Sanjay, say hello to me.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Hello, my dear. I've already said I'm on the top of the world. I've never been better before.
Thank you, sir.
And you will also be the happiest man on earth now when I give you the topic, right?
Okay.
Sanjay, the topic for you is, and do not stop it in between. Do not say things like, I think my time is over. That's all. Don't say these things. You have to keep going till 6 minutes. Remember, your topic for the day is the fun of traveling. The fun of traveling. The fun of traveling. Shoot.
Hello, everyone. My today topic is the fun of traveling. Traveling may be relaxing experience that teaches us a lot. It helps us in making new friendship, improving our social skills, uh, learning new talents. Mm, Nothing is striking. Nothing is striking. Nothing is striking me. Nothing. We can enjoy. We enjoy tourism because each place provides us with a unique experience and very different uh, facilities. All the facilities like hotel, conveyance, restaurant, and public transport, etc. Need to book in advance. For making your trip relaxing, all you have to do uh, is book all these facilities well in advance. Advance. It costs a lot, but is worth but is every penny you spend on it as relax the mind, body, and soul. Striking, I think it's striking. I think it's striking. I think it's striking me. Striking today. I think it's striking. Striking. I think it's striking. Striking. I think it's striking. I think it's striking. But I think it's striking. I think it's striking. I think it's striking. My today my is nothing is striking. So travel at least once a year to a place that you have never been witnessed the ravish world with your uh, neck. This sense of sorry. So it is way to free yourself from stress. Uh, in other in other words, to have fun and relax. I think it's striking. I think it's striking. I think it's striking, man. I think it's striking, man. I think it's striking. I think it's striking, man. It's striking. I think it's striking, man. Travel has changed dramatically changed from the days when it was impossible to travel by foot or animals. Ship were another possibility, but they were too dangerous. There were several new modes of transport available. Uh, traveling traveling may not be enjoyable and educational experience for everyone. Furthermore, with technology, you may now you may go for any part of the world without having to uh, worry about language, distance, and other limitation. Everyone everyone should travel at least once in their lives in order to have an amazing experience. But I think it's striking me. Nothing striking. I think it's striking me. Nothing striking. Nothing is striking me. Nothing is striking. Uh, Traveling is the activity of tourism is the activity of traveling to and staying in the places outside uh, once our country for not more than one a year. Traveling is a key of industry in many countries. It is an important part of their economy and contributes to the local culture and way of life. Just like that, like, nothing is striking, nothing is striking me. Nothing is striking me. Striking, nothing is striking.
Okay, Sanjay, that should do.
Thank you, sir.
Sanjay, that should do. Please give him a round of applause, all of you. The reasons, Sanjay, be on the camera, please. Sanjay, be on the camera.
Yes, sir.
The reason for the applause is for the attempt, right? But I will be happier if you take up the shadowing and the spontaneous exercises on a regular basis, and you begin to send the files to me, because I have not been receiving files from you. Probably you are practicing at your own end, but till you send those files to me, I will not have a very clear idea as to what you are doing. So it's important that you send the files to me, because yes, you are doing well. I don't say you are not doing well, but you can be much better than this, right? I'm sure you have the talent, you have the potentials. The potentials need to be realized. The topic today, I won't say it was a very difficult topic. I won't say it was an easy topic either. It could be spoken on, right? And I'm sure the moment your time gets over, you get a rush of ideas. You get a flood of ideas that could have been used to speak on that subject. I taught you a simple trick long back. It seems all of you, or at least some of you, have forgotten it. What is that trick? The trick is, when you are running out of ideas, one thing is you have to keep saying, nothing is striking me, nothing is striking me, nothing is striking me, nothing is striking me, nothing is striking me. Still, some idea strikes you. That is one way to do it. Another way is when you get stuck and you're not getting any idea whatsoever. Then you can use the linking method. You remember the linking method? All you have to do is to lengthen your speech by using the materials of one sentence in the next sentence. For example, you said something like, what did you say? Traveling, which takes the shape of tourism, happens to be an important economic activity of some states of India. Economic activities have to keep going and probably pick up momentum every now and then for a balanced fiscal situation in the society. The balance somehow doesn't become a reality in most of the societies due to incorrect political decisions. These decisions are often driven by populist measures than the rationale that are supposed to be at the base of such decisions. The base of a society has to be strong for it to become profound from the social perspective and from the economic perspective. In other words, the socio-economic perspective must be such so as to make the decision makers arrive at the correct inferences and consequently take the right decisions to ensure that the society is on an upward spiral in the context of fiscal development. Who does not want development? But development does not come easy. And some people say development comes at a price. I beg to differ, and I suggest that not all developments come with entail a price tag. There are some developments that actually happen without you paying any price. What are those development? Well, I would say peace in the society, love in the society, and harmony in the society. What is true harmony? Well, some people will suggest that spirituality gives you true harmony. Spirituality is a science that I'm not here to talk about right now because I'm talking on the fun of traveling. So coming back to this fun of traveling, I must tell you that every activity is fun. And for me, traveling is great fun. Sanjay, that is how you have to lengthen your speech. What did I do? I spoke one sentence, just picked up some expression from that sentence. It could be a single word, it could be a phrase. And with that word and phrase, I made the next sentence. You are essentially making sentences with words and expressions, right? That is how you move on. This can be a good memory aid for people who forget very easily. One sentence, they can memorize the first sentence. And when they memorize the first sentence and they know what the keyword of that sentence is going to be, they come up with the next sentence. And there also they identify the keyword or the key expression, and then they make the next sentence with that keyword or the key expression. And this way the speech gets lengthened. So Sanjay, please use the linking method. I've given you all the tools, my dear. Please use the methods that I've given you. And I must say that you have to practice a little harder. If you want to come and see me personally or have a VC one-to-one, I'm always available. I'll be more than happy to have a VC with you one-to-one and talk, because I want to cater to your very personal issues. Just 1 second, please. Look what I have. Or none of you has this, right? Probably you also will have the fun. I have what you call a teacher's privilege. Now, Isha, from wherever she is, will shout, hey, that is not. Isha, make yourself visible. Isha, make yourself visible.
Sir, just give me 2-3 minutes because my phone got discharged at 2-3%. After 2-3 minutes, it got
No
switched
problem.
off.
I'll speak on your behalf. The moment I say
Okay,
it's a
sir.
teacher's privilege, Isha will say, that's not a teacher's privilege, that's a son's privilege, okay? Your mom gives you all this not because you're a teacher, because you are a son. Indeed.
Yeah, yes, sir. This is son's privilege, not teacher's privilege. Because concerned about our son.
How sweet. How sweet is that? Okay, thank you, Isha. Thank you so much. So please have to practice a little more. I know it's getting late, my dear friends, but please understand that you have to watch others practice as well, because by watching others practice, you improve. You heard me. Even when you watch others, you actually improve, end up improving your own performances. How and why? I'll tell you some other time, but you actually do. Right. So moving on. Let's read what some of your friends are saying. Okay. You have to go along with me, friends. I know I'm getting you late, but you please bear with me today, okay? This is an important class. That's why I'm saying, because we are in our 35th session today. Please be with me. All right. Okay. Oh, there have been some other exchanges as well. Kirti says, Seema, that's such a pretty pic. The background of Seema, remember? Seema, make yourself visible on the camera, my dear. Seema.
Yes, sir.
Oh, where is the background? You have disappointed us. You have disappointed us. Come on. Where is that background? This is also pretty. Of course, when you are there live, surely you are prettier than your picture. But the point is, we had 2 pretty images to look at. Now we have 1 pretty image to look at when we see at your frame. So she calls you pretty, Kirti calls you pretty, and you say, thanks, dear
Thank
Kirti.
you.
And you send 2 kisses to her. Huh? Okay, well done. Okay. All right. So my team says, great efforts, Sanjay. Just persevere. You are on the right path. My team is spot on. My team is spot on. Seema says, nice attempt, Sanjay. Just keep practicing and you will reach the goal definitely. Absolutely. And Sanjay, you have an example before you, and that example is your teacher. Your teacher started out much worse. Your teacher started out much worse, and your teacher has done reasonably well. Reasonably well. I don't say your teacher has become an outstanding speaker, but your teacher can manage, right? And your teacher can manage well enough so as to be teaching even the native speakers. So, for goodness sake, do not ever give up. Do not be discouraged. I was in a much inferior position, much inferior position. And from there, I rose like a phoenix. You were not there in the session yesterday, and Pallavi told us a very inspiring story. When you watch that YouTube lesson, when you watch that lecture on the YouTube, you'll know what a beautiful, inspiring story that is, right? I don't claim to be as talented as Pallavi. In fact, I probably am not even half of what she is, but I can tell you this, that I too had lots of difficulties with English. Coming from a background that was so much of everything other than being English, right? Anything but English, an environment that was anything but English. From there, I rose like a phoenix. And you too can, because you're much better than I. At least your starting point is much higher than where I started out. So do not feel bad about anything. Just attempting is good enough. Attempting is good enough. And never feel shy. Why do you give so many pauses? Confidently say, nothing is striking me, 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 nothing is striking me. Keep saying. I said it 10 times, but I said it with confidence. I don't care what people are thinking about me, what people are going to say about me. I don't care. You mustn't care, right? And then when you develop that attitude, you'll see how the tide changes in your favor, what kind of English you begin to speak. All right. Seema says, nice attempt, Sanjay. Just keep practicing and you'll reach the goal. Definitely. Seema is spot on. My team again says, will you please? Okay. All right. Isha says, nice attempt. Keep going. And she has sent you many such thumbs up. Nitesh says, great attempt, Sanjay, but I know you can do much better. You have the potential. Keep practicing, keep improving. And 3 thumbs up. Nitesh couldn't have been more correct. Nitesh, really comes up with very good comments like everybody else. This comment is also a beautiful one. Spot on. Pallavi. Pallavi says, nice performance, Sanjay, then claps. You have the potential of becoming a pro speaker, and you will be, I know, by the constant practice. And then there's a beautiful smiley. Manisha says, you're improving, Sanjay. Claps. Well done. Keep going. And then this, right? The victory sign. Kirti says, you can do better, Sanjay. I know you will do an excellent job in the very near future. You will do your best, all the best. See, your friends have so much of affection and best wishes for you. Sanjay, you're a lucky person. And I tell you, where you are definitely going to you're definitely going to get great dividends if you practice the methods. Don't miss out on practice. And Vamsi says, a very good attempt, Sanjay, a courageous effort. You have given some good thoughts. Agree with Vamsi. Sanjay says, sir, I know I did not perform well today. I will try to do my best in the future. Sorry. So you don't have to be sorry, my dear. You don't have to be sorry. Never be sorry. No problems. You're having difficulties in explaining certain stuff in English. Doesn't matter. You are an intelligent person. You hold a good position, right? You are so respectable in the society. People love you. People respect you. If there are certain issues with this language, well, let them be. You are working on them, that's enough. All right. Sanjay says, thanks to everyone. Okay. Nitesh, roll your sleeves up. Get ready.
Yes, sir.
And all of you will be with me, right? Do not leave us, please. Nitesh, really looking forward to this speech from you. It's a very interesting subject.
Okay.
The subject for you is Nothing is absolutely good or bad. Nothing is absolutely good or bad. Nothing is absolutely good or bad. Shoot, my dear.
Hello, sir. Hello, everybody. Today's topic for spontaneous speech is nothing is absolutely good or bad. Well, that's very correct and very true that um, there is always a gray area between a good or bad, and also the perspective of a person actually matters whether something is good or bad. But yeah, there can be things like you when your inner voice tells you that you are not doing right, even if the thing you are doing is not right. And if you do some good stuff, your inner voice will praise you actually, tell you that you must do these things again. So actually, but in today's era of that we call in Kali Yuga, the idea of people are actually not able to perceive that inner voice. They are so much input of or the input of lot of knowledge from outside, lot of information is there, and people get confused whether what what they're doing is right or wrong. So, and also one thing I would like to say that uh, there the world is not in actual black and white. There is always some gray area where you cannot actually say that the thing that is done is is actually wrong or is actually not correct. Like in simple sense, if we say that killing a person is bad, if you kill a person, is a wrong thing to do. But when there comes the position where you have to actually protect yourself or protect somebody from harm, like for self-defense, even the law allows that you may actually kill a person when he is actually attacking you, or you see that the Indian Army, Indian Air Force, they actually fight when there is war, when to protect our own people. So in that case, you cannot be just say that this killing is bad. It depends on the perspective, the context, when and why the act is done. So in such cases can be found in various other things like in Mahabharata also. Mahabharata, if you read the Bhagavad Gita, also Arjun gets confused when he sees that in the when he when he sees in during the Mahabharata war that all these all these people, the kings who were standing in front of him, were no other than his own family members, his own gurus, own teachers, who he used to respect, love so much. And he gets so much confused and so much kind of weak after seeing them in front of him during the war. He was really totally confused. Oh, what he was doing, was it right? Was it right to actually kill his own people? For what sake he should kill them? For what? What will he get from that? Anyhow, even if he wins, there will be a regret. There will be a sadness after killing his own people. He has gotten the victory, and that victory will be useless for him. The kingdom for which he is actually fighting will be useless for him, and so that he feels so weak at that time. And even if he actually fights, he will be killing his own people. So he got and he prays to Krishna to stop this war, and so that there can be some other ways to actually solve this issue. But Krishna tells him that whatever he is doing is his own karma. It is his duty to do this, and he tells him that the people he is killing, actually he is killing only the material bodies, and nobody is actually getting slayed, or nobody is slaying them. The slayer and the slain are just eternal souls. So, so this idea, and he taught him that one should be detached from his own karma, and during anything one does, and he gives him the knowledge of yoga and different kinds of yogas, and from that he actually gets to know about the actual reality of this whole universe, and from there he actually continues to actually went to the war and fought. So even in that case also it is shown that uh, anything, it depends on the context actually, that whether something is right or something is wrong. And actually one has to actually look at the whole context and look at the whether something is right or wrong. Another thing is that one can see that uh, even in this entire universe, you may not find that anything is perfect. Anything is like really really in the black or white. There is something in between. There is something uh, gray area. Even in different cultures, if you see in the society also, some rituals, some practices may be considered really unethical or immoral in some cultures, may be considered perfectly fine in others. So it depends on the perspective. But the thing is that to find out what you are doing is correct or not,
To do, my
it
dear.
depends on.
Done. You've spoken very well. Well done. Give him a huge round of applause, please, all of you. Nitesh,
Yes, sir.
what do you eat?
Roti sabji.
Yeah. In Hindustani, somebody might ask you, "Kis chakki ka pisa aata khate ho, bhai?" So it's something like that. Well done. You know what I want to say, right? All I wanted to ask
Yeah.
Nitesh is, from where does he get this nutrition, not just for the body, but for the brain as well? Well, that way, every food that you eat is both for the body and for the brain is a part of the body. But his brain is super sharp, getting sharper by the day, right? That's why he keeps saying, I've never been better before. I've never been better before. But he should be saying, the brain is actually saying it. I've never been better before. I've never been better before, because his brain is constantly improving. Okay. The gray matter is becoming sharper and sharper. Well, brilliant performance. Okay. I'll keep it at that. I'll just leave it at that. Brilliant performance. Let's see what your friends are saying about you. And then the small entertainment, and then we finish. Okay. Here we go. My team says, fantabulous and impressive performance, Nitesh, without a trace of doubt. Right. What a great performance. You spoke so well. And the best part is, you sometimes, even when you digress, you just come back. You have this unique quality of getting back to the subject, even when you have to sometimes digress. Everybody has to digress. That's a part of the spontaneous speech, the quality. And even if you digress and stay digressed, nobody's going to say that you made a bad speech, that you have this great quality of coming back to the topic. All right. So my team is spot on. And then you have a message from Vamsi. Great speech, Nitesh, as always. Nice linking of ideas from the today's era to the era of Mahabharata and Bhagavad Gita. Very well done. And then there are 3 exclamation marks, which shows how much Vamsi appreciates you. All right. Vamsi, I completely agree with what you are saying. Isha says, unimaginable speech. Every spontaneous speech of yours shows the deep knowledge you have. It is an awesome performance. And then she has sent you, I'm sorry, lots of claps. Manisha says, Nitesh, that was wonderful. By any chance, you knew the topic beforehand? Just kidding. I knew that you didn't. Okay, and then she has given a smiley, which is laughing and shedding tears at the same time, which means a lot of laughter. You have laughed so much that you are actually shedding tears of joy. That is the kind of happiness that the smiley has got. Smiley is depicting. All right. Your thoughts are so great that you can speak on any topic with so much ease. And then there's a kind of a smiley, okay, which is again showing the positive side of the speech. Wonderful. Manisha's comments also are very insightful, and she's spot on. She further says, it's always a treat to listen to you, and I completely agree with her. Sanjay says, well done, Nitesh, brilliant, and he has clapped for you. Nitesh is a hero in our coterie talk. Well, he's a hero in your coterie talk. He's a hero in the class, and for me, each one of you is a hero, right? Hero here would mean both girls and boys, by the way, right? Don't think I'm only talking about boys, girls as well. All right. Pallavi says, really amazing performance. You always speak like a pro speaker. And now I believe that you can speak on any topic with great fluency. Lots of claps for you and 3 beautiful smileys. Seema says, wonderful job you did, Nitesh. 4 thumbs up. You really very well explained about right and wrong. I too have consent with your thoughts. We can't live on poles. We need to balance. She's right, just the way you were right. And then she has sent lots of thumbs up and claps. Kirti says, wow, you are always doing an amazing job. You are a very knowledgeable soul and could be a great scholar in the upcoming future. Well, certainly in the future. Why in the future? He's already a scholar. I wonder who has pulled him down. If anybody has pulled him down from somewhere. I leave that. I rest my case right here. Okay, won't say anything more about it. Okay. Nobody smiled. Nobody even cared to smile. Was it that bad a joke? Anyway, okay. So lots of claps thereafter from Kirti, okay? Lots of claps, and then there's this image, the director's posture, then do such thing. Okay. Padmini says, well done. My team member. All right, guys. Thank you for staying this long, right? Truly grateful that each one of you stayed. Thank you. And good night, and have a great weekend.
Good night,
Thank you.
sir.
Good
Good
night,
night,
sir.
sir.
Good
Good
night,
night.
sir.
Good night. Good
And
night.
same
And
to you,
happy
sir.
weekend.
Thank you. Good night.